Hello, everyone. This is John Soldatos, scientific advisor at companies INNOV-ACTS Limited, which is one of the partners and the key members of the FAME Research and Development Initiatives. FAME is a project which is co-funded, supported financially by the European Union in the scope of the Horizon Europe project. And its aim was to develop and establish a marketplace for data assets, datasets, AI models, AI training datasets, data assets that can be used to train models, to develop pipelines, and to develop applications. In the next minutes, I'm going to introduce the FAME project and the FAME marketplace. Here is our agenda for today. I will first introduce the FAME project, including the motivation behind it. I'm going to talk about the FAME marketplace and the technologies that underpin its development and its operation. What's the business value of such a marketplace? And then I'm going to end up discussing some of the resources that we are giving to the community that wants to learn more about FAME, but also to actually use it, and also some of the applications we have developed using FAME assets and the FAME marketplace. Now, why do we need a data marketplace today? The answer is simple. We live in an era of data explosion. We live in a data economy. Every day, many petabytes, exabytes of data are generated. Some of them have a very important and very unique value. This is why it is important in the future to provide the means for data owners, data providers, and data consumers to be able to trade, monetize, and of course, access in business terms data assets. Now, motivated from this data economy, the vision of the FAME project was to provide a space, a decentralized space that will give the opportunity of different stakeholders, data providers, data owners, data consumers, to deal with data assets. And particularly give data owners and data providers the ability to make available their data assets to other parties while maintaining sovereign control over their data assets, but at the same time, still getting opportunities to monetize these data assets. To this end, the vision of FAME was to use the European data spaces technology, which provides a means for the secure, trusted, and sovereign exchange and sharing of data in line with European values. FAME is a project supported by European Union, European Commission funding. It is a consortium of several organizations, including large enterprises, small, medium companies, research and development labs, but also organizations providing data providers and data owners that have an interest of testing this novel approach to making data available and getting opportunities to monetize data assets. As already mentioned, FAME is a data space, is a federated infrastructure using the data space concept, which is a way to share and exchange data and make data available in line with European values. Sovereignty, of course, also interoperability, fair access to data, and so on and so forth. In terms of the main targets of the project, The idea was to provide technological framework, so that the technologies that make this data space happen, but at the same time, the business framework, including how you can become member of this technology infrastructure, and how in business terms you can provide but also access data assets. At the same time, FAME dealt with the legal and governance aspects of this infrastructure, including the agreements between the parties that operate the marketplace, but also how commercial agreements for data providers and data owners can be established within the FAME ecosystem. Now, why this problem is interesting? The problem is interesting not because they do not exist any data marketplaces. We have, since several years, several data marketplaces, but they tend to be centralized, owned by a single party, focused only on data sets, and not giving many opportunities for pricing and monetization, apart from the traditional, flat pricing where you just buy a data set for a fixed price, or you have access to some data sets based on a subscription fee. The FAME approach is different. It is a federated approach, not a centralized one, which is essential for the different data owners to maintain sovereign control over data assets, and not giving this control to the centralized entity operating the data marketplace. FAME is not just about data sets. It's also about other types of data assets like AI models, educational content, even PDF content, any type of data asset that might be interesting to be monetized, to be traded, and to be provided to the FAME community. It's also an approach to running a transparent data market with different monetization schemes, which cannot be just static. They could also be dynamic. So that's how you can access the FAME data marketplace. FAME data marketplace has been developed after several months of technological development and validation efforts. If you point your browser at marketplace.fame-horizon.eu, you can access the marketplace. Of course, to be registered and to be eligible to use the marketplace, you have to be onboarded as an organization so that you are able to use it as a data provider or as a user, as a consumer of data assets. Now, once you are in the FAME marketplace, there is a data provider journey, which basically relates to the publication of data. So a data provider can offer to the marketplace some data set, AI model, or even AI service, or educational content, PDF, video. The technological infrastructure of FAME supports the publication of this provided asset, meaning that this is enhanced, the data asset is enhanced with the right metadata assets. This includes the tokenization of the asset based on standard-based tokens, standard-based metadata for tokens in a blockchain. So like tokens according to the Ethereum request for comments 721. And with this metadata and with this enhancement of the data asset, this asset becomes part of the federated catalog of FAME, where it can be searched, it can be discovered, and where its history can be, its price history can be also accessed. Once the data asset is there, the other parties of the marketplace, the consumer parts, if you want, are able to access this data asset and purchase the data asset using payment tokens compliant to ERC 20 and access the data asset as a token in a tokenized manner subject to other decentralized standards. Now, this is the core, at the core of the marketplace. The functions that I previously mentioned play the most critical role. So what is this? What are these functions? Access control, you need to be authenticated to access the marketplace, a federated catalog comprising assets from different parties. That's not a centralized database, but a decentralized database aggregating aggregating assets from different parties. Then for the data assets that are there, there is a possibility for trading them, for monetizing them, and to support this process, FAME offers a price advisory tool, this PAT, which can advise a data provider, a data owner, about what is a plausible price for this data asset. As already mentioned, the publication of the asset is based on tokenization, and this tokenization leverages proven standards in the blockchain community, including standards for the offering tokens, for the data access tokens, and ultimately for the payment token within the FAME marketplace. As already outlined, this is different from the state of the art. This is a step further from the state of the art, especially for stakeholders that cannot dispose within a centralized marketplace. This is because it's not centralized, it's federated. It can enable you to implement a lot of different business models in a flexible fashion based on the notion of dynamic pricing and using the technology of smart contracts over blockchain technology. And most importantly, the FAME marketplace is built in a way that it respects and complies all with the applicable regulatory framework for data protection like GDPR and Data Act, but also for the tokenization and the decentralized trading and payment of assets based on regulations like MiCA and the fourth anti-money laundering. Being in FAME gives you the merit of automatic verification and democratic governance. Now, how this FAME marketplace has been developed, it's a blockchain technology of FAME, is based on Hyperledger Besu, token standards already mentioned. The semantic layer and the semantic metadata leverage other standards like DCAT vocabulary, but FIBO and Fiji ontologies, which are used for semantics in the embedded finance, in the finance space, and also FAIR principles, decentralized identities for security, and smart contract technology for conducting the transactions. Now, this marketplace offers a clear business value as it showcases, it demonstrates how a new data economy could actually work beyond the conventional centralized models. So FAME is all about decentralized trust and publishing data and achieving trust in a decentralized environment where people can maintain sovereign control. Now, for people that want to learn more, we have these learning center resources. So there is a space in the FAME marketplace where you will be able to find training resources in the form of self-paced online courses, in the training player of Fame webinars, face-to-face trainings, even some workshops that have been carried out on Fame technology. All of these are available as materials that you can access in video format, download in PDF format, or even take a course and get, in the end, an assessment via a quiz. It's one of the best ways to learn more about Fame. Now, how can one use Fame in practical terms? We have implemented different applications and use cases in different sectors, because every sector can benefit from data training and monetization, but especially for the finance sector, we have use cases for accessing through the Fame marketplace data for ESG scoring and building ESG portfolios, or even creating insurance offerings that are climatic aware. This is very important, especially for housing, but also for personalizing the finance interaction using data shared through the Fame marketplace. So the idea is that by using data, by accessing or even buying data from other providers, I can build services that are essentially improved compared to baselines of services that didn't have this decentralized data available. This is, for example, the personalized collaborative intelligence use case. So the idea is that in the case of services onboarding, like knowing your customer services, anti-money laundering services, additional information and additional intelligence can be accessed based on data that is shared in the Fame data marketplace by other actors. And this can make processes like KYC and conformity assessment to anti-money laundering much more powerful. So that's the idea of the use case, and the idea is that access to data through the marketplace enable analytical services that make the anti-money laundering and the KYC process more robust and more reliable. Moving to the climatic predictions, the idea there is to access, to procure, to buy climatic data assets about climatic services, about climatic predictions in the form of climatic data sets, but also in the form of AI models about climatic predictions in order to make a climatic aware offering for insurance. So that's a way to improve the housing insurance service by leveraging data and models for climatic prediction, like regional climate model-based predictions potential future phenomena, climate change phenomena like storms, in the premiums of the housing. And that's how Fame Marketplace can add value to a bank or an insurance company, an insurer offering such insurance services. Wrapping up, Fame is an innovative approach, has established a marketplace which is demonstrating an innovative approach to the way enterprises can share, can exchange, but most importantly, they can access, procure, monetize, and price data. It all works in a decentralized fashion. It is market-oriented, so developed with a market focus and a commercial mindset. Is not built for the consumer side, it's built for the business side and for businesses to share data in a sovereign way and for businesses to being able to procure data in a sovereign way. And it's all built on standards, decentralized, cutting-edge technologies that pave the ground for a future approach, non-centralized approach, aligned to European values for sharing and exchanging data. I invite you to visit the FAME Marketplace and to visit the Learning Training Center to learn more about FAME. And we remain available for any questions. Feel free to email us in the email addresses listed in the FAME Marketplace, or get in touch with us through the FAME social media channels. I hope you enjoyed this FAME presentation. Have a nice day.